So this little fly has really been doing the business for boys fishing the reservoirs just now. This is a fly called the Ghimp. Way I tie it anyway. The other one's got like an olive bag, mine's just brown. And it's basically tied to represent shrimp patterns. However, I have seen very similar flies to this. I used to fish them up in the hillocks in Scotland for fish feeding snails and pea mussels. It's good in shallow water. This is why I like it, but it seems to be really doing the business just now. Rutland water. It's only really had an outing there. I've fished it at Pittsford this year, and I've got a mate called Gavin Fry who's got a fly very, very similar. But this is the one that everybody seems to be talking about, but nobody can see. And it's basically like a sedge with a hackle and a bit of foam. So let's go ahead and tie this Ghimp. I'll start off with a size 10 heavyweight barbless. You can use a lighter wire hook. However, the fish that you're catching, a light wire hook in shallow water doesn't go that well. So I prefer something with a little bit more meat on the bones. And then just a black uni thread, any thread really. Now I might adjust the angle on this while I tie it. That's better. So just coming down, running a bed of tying thread halfway around, coming back up the hook shank. Now the first thing I want to do is get a rib. You can use nylon. I like the glint of a bit of gold, especially in shallow water and a bit of sun. I think it makes a difference. So come in and tie the gold in. Cover down the shank. Okie dokie. Then this little fella, I forget the name of them, but it's basically a rubber glove. I prefer this to shell back. It's not as stiff. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut about half a centimetre. I'll show you when I've cut it. Like so. That's got to be my shell back. Try and get it as even as you can. And then just pulling it tight so you're not getting any creases. I'm trying to do this and avoid the light above me. There we go. Just like so, and that's got to be your shell back. So coming back down to a tying in point. I've got this. It's a mix of hare's fur, squirrel, bit of rabbit, so it's a little bit soft. You can use a spike here. Hare, squirrel dub's good. Is it squirrel dub? I forget what it's called. Yeah, squirrel dub. But you're looking for, I quite like a smooth look on this because all the movements provided with a partridge. That's the way I like it anyway. And I'm going to come up. Now imagine there's a thorax. Imagine you're tying a nymph and there's a thorax there. That's basically where I'm going to stop. And you can tie this in first before you put the whole body on, or as I tie it here, and I can snip the rest away. And all I'm going to do is I've got to cut as an angle here, and it's 5mm black booby cord. And all I'm going to do is come in, and I'm ready. And I'll lock and wrap. Now, when you're putting in post like this, what's really important, I'm going around the hook there. I need to come round and round the eye and come the opposite way. If you turn round and round and round clockwise, that'll spin. If you take a couple of wraps in the opposite direction, it locks it in place. So coming back towards myself, front of the eye, and then away from myself, like so. Snip this away. Like I say, you can tie that in first. I've got a little bit there as well. Just tidy that up. I'll come in and stick a little bit more dubbing in there because I want to leave a little area for my hackle and my collar. So a little bit more, probably about there is enough. And then bring my shell back up. Try and break it, pulled it a bit too tight there. And then just secure. A little bit tighter, secure. We'll tidy all this up with some wraps with the wire shortly. so. In with your scissors and snip that away. Now, this is your control bit, and this is what dictates your shape of the shell back. Now, segmentation, I didn't do too much, probably about 5. So there's 1, there's 2, there's 3. Make sure the shell back doesn't move anywhere. I can't see that there on that side. Let me just check. Yeah, I've got that caught there, so I'm just going to take this off, realign the shell back for my wraps. That's better. Just realigning this for my wraps. See what that's like? So probably about 5 wraps here over the shell back, and then just come in and lock off. Helps if you tighten the vise, Steve. Let me just quickly sort that for these guys. That's better. And then just twizzle off your gold wire. In with I like Velcro. In with the Velcro, get that thread out of the way, Steve. Pull some of the fibres out. Like so. And then I've got this E29 Sharpie. Come over the back of him. Just turn that, make sure I've got the hole. There he is. You can put the partridge on and then go with the pen. I just prefer it this way. And then I've got some not too long partridge fibres. I don't want it too long. I've got the same length as the fly. So just pull some of the flew feathers away. Give myself a tiny bit of the tip to work with, which I'll show you in a second. Got a tiny bit of the tip to work with there. Lock that in place. Trim away the gubbins. And then my hackle pliers, and just make sure you just make sure you pull the fibres back in every turn, just to cloak it properly. Don't get your threads caught. That's it. Yeah. 2 or 3 turns. There's 2 and a bit. That's enough. Catch that in. I'm having a real nightmare with my vise there. Should have checked it before I started. So again, we've got to come in a little bit more dubbing. Like I say, you can do this in different colours. I prefer this sort of squirrely haresy type dub. You can do it in olive or an olive shell back. And then when you've done the thorax, just come through it with your thread, keep it nice and tight. And you can see everything splayed there, perfect. And then just everything gets pulled back. And then finish off a few thread wraps. And that's him, a little gimp. So it's just in the surface. Just right in the surface film there, it's perfect. There's another one there, just a little pair of them. You can fish 2 of them, but I'd suggest fishing them on their own. Quite a light tippet and a light rod. Make sure you've got plenty of backing. That's him. I really hope you enjoyed that, folks. If you did, please be kind enough to subscribe to my channel. Plenty more fly fishing and fly tying videos. Take care, folks, and bye-bye.